Hello again, gang. Back for more, are we? My name's Theo, coming at you with the second half of the Rise of the Beast mailer that we just had from Hasbro. Hashtag Rise of the Beast. So if you saw the last one, you'll know there's a lot of Bumblebee about and a lot of Optimus Primal. So get ready for more of that. We have 6 more items to look at. Is anything going to be better than that face mask? I don't know. But what do you say? Let's bust out some items and have a good old peek. That's what we do here. Looking at robots on the internet, me? As if. Thanks, Hasbro. Hashtag free product. Once again, it's astonishingly hot, so I've got the desk fan on. Sorry if you can hear it. It is heatwave o'clock. I'm a husky man who lives in England where aircon doesn't exist. So the fan stays on or you get no videos. Sorry about it. Anyway, shall we kick off round 2 with a Smash Changer Optimus Primal? I've heard good things about this, actually. It's one of those auto change thingies, but it's apparently very clever. So as a toy enthusiast, I am kind of looking forward to checking this out. It's not something I'd buy for the collection. We like Studio Series, we like Generations, so this isn't something I would typically buy, but I do want to see how it works. Hello! Large ape fellow with his big old lumpen fists. Very good Optimus-y face there. Looks just like Prime, really, doesn't he? This is very sort of Optimus Prime style, but in the film, your guy is basically just silver and black, but that would look incredibly boring and unfun on a toy for kids, so I get why they did it. Should we see how it works? So bot to ape, swing these arms like so. Base area slots down. Oh, I see. This whole section kind of twizzles. There you go. And then we just smash it on a surface. I've only got my hand to hand. Oh! Brilliant! God, that's really like clunky and satisfying. I want to do that again. That's a nice semi-naturalistic gorilla look. He looks more like Ape Link, doesn't he? With like some hair and like a mask. But that for me is really neat. Boop. Ow, bitch. Boop. 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 Done. Amazing. I just want to do it again. Sorry. That's a really entertaining lad. Hold it here and boop. Boop. Smack that monkey. I'm really impressed with that. That's a really silly, entertaining little fella. I love a one-step changer. So it's 3 steps down, and then the same step 3 times back. That's incredibly clever. Whoa, okay. So if you just press and hold the feet, it does the whole thing in one move. Amazing. How have you done that? Whose idea was this? Sorry, I'm gonna be here all day doing this. Oh. That's the 3rd Optimus Primal toy I've had a go on today, and none of them have been normal. Several flavors of automated monkey action. I don't feel like I'm involved in any of these guys' lives at all. So I guess Rise of the Beast, Smash Changer Optimus Primal, I have no choice but to recommend that. Not because they sent me it. I've signed no contracts to say I have to approve of any of this stuff. But I'm just really impressed that this monkey can be a man so swiftly. And where else can we go after that but a Bumblebee, eh? So this is Studio Series 100, Rise of the Beast's Bumblebee. I honestly haven't really found a Bumblebee in the Studio Series that works for me. So let's see how this one goes. Because I personally, for my collection, Battle Blade's Bumblebee is still the one. Thing's over a decade old now. What was it, Dark of the Moon? 2011 that thing came out? So I haven't really dipped into any Studio Bumblebees until 2018 Bumblebee, the Volkswagen guy. So I don't have a Camaro Studio Bumblebee, and I don't know if this counts because it's got the off-road thing on the go, but the robot mode seems really cute. Let's give it a crack. Ooh, Senor Baggy Legs, very new metal vibe. Couple of weapons on the go. We have the arm-mounted Sword Me Do. There he goes, straight away. Lots of blades in that movie, I remember. There's blades and there's arms that turn into blasters. That's our sort of baseline for these films. But this actually feels extremely good so far. Very decent sort of Carformer energy, just the whole Camaro hood on the go with those distinctive old headlights and such. The slightly bent up grille there, just a little bit folded so you can believe the transformation. Engine details on the tongue, loads of silvery metallic shards on the go while maintaining a clean, consistent silhouette. This is a nice design, man. This is a good Bumblebee. But yeah, the only Studio Bumblebees I've checked out was the original Studio Series Volkswagen guy and the off-road one that turned into like a Jeep, and they were both pretty good. But they didn't have the classic Bumblebee look. They were very distinctive. They were like a moment, because the Jeep was only in it for a couple of minutes, and that Bumblebee was sort of not the final design. It was based off like an early concept, so it still had the door wings. It just doesn't look quite right, and also not very good. But this is hitting much closer to home. This is how a Bumblebee should look for me. There's a vibe to it, right? There's an energy. It feels like post-Bayverse, but still kind of Bayverse. Just like Rise of the Beasts. Nice sturdy joints on that too. Lots of posability. We have a waist swivel. I didn't think there was one, but they've snuck one in. Put him in Street Fighter 6. Let's go. Okay, we're gonna guess the transformation on this one. I'm gonna freestyle it. I should be able to figure this out. Yeah, we're off. Let's go. This is very classical Carformer stuff. So the foot folds in there. Headlight pops in the side. Oh, come on. This is great. Totally unsure on whether this is my favorite Bumblebee car mode. Don't know if I love the off-road body kit mods. Just about there, I think. Pretty much a Bumblebee. A Camaro type thing. Yeah, it's still GM official, so it's still a Corvette, but it's just a little more badass. Just like 10% extra. Gun storage apparently clips on the back. There you go. Is that robots in disguise? Come on. No one would look at that and think, yeah, that's a normal car. Mild sort of Wrecker vibe, isn't there? Like Dark of the Moon when they took those NASCAR things and made them hideous. 15% of that in there. But you know, I kind of like that. Not a bad little Bumblebee figure. That'll look great next to Optimus and Mirage. If you get the whole gang together, I'm sure they'll look dynamite. Give me that Titan-class Stratosphere. Or even something like this. Something of this size and vibe that's just Stratosphere. Big, silly, floppy thing with a big hollow aeroplane mode where you can jam all the cars in there. Yeah, that'd be fun. I'm not counting on it, but I would love that. Cheeky backdrop there from the volcanic climax, I suppose. A lot of grey on screen, wasn't there? A lot of volcanic ash. A lot of metal robots and metal set pieces. A little bit visually underwhelming, just a little bit. So there we go, lightning round review and first impressions on Studio Series number 100, Rise of the Beasts Bumblebee. Thank you, Hasbro. Hashtag free product. Right, that's one Primal down, that's one Bumblebee. Let's do an other guy. Or an other gal. It's friggin' Core Class Arcee, baby! What has gone on in there, babes? Is that how she's normally packaged? Because that does not look comfortable. Is she doing like a flyby? That is not the final face, is it? She's actually like really cute in the film. I don't know what's gone on there. That is villain mode, Arcee. That's from like the Shadow Striker repaint. These aren't numbered, are they? The Core Class ones. Like we had Rumble back in December, and that was just Rumble, wasn't it? Decepticon Rumble brackets blue. Oh yeah, that is clearly. I thought she'd got like tangled up in the pack, but that's not an accident, is it? Here's a question for folks who've seen Rise of the Beasts. If we may continue with the spoiler-filled vague discussion. That bit in the trailer where Eleanor is freaking out a little bit and she's like, this can't be real. And she looks over and Arcee's there going, hiya. That wasn't in the film, was it? Did they skip that? It's not a deal breaker. It's just a little weird. Just a little weird. But then, so am I. How do we sort this out? I love when toys have like an extra couple of steps just to get you started. That's just packaging mode. That's convenient shipping form. Oh, and that's a gun. I thought it was like an engine component. Maybe it's both. They do that. Yeah, there we are, baby girl. Kia! What a sweet little figure that is. That's brill. God, these Core Class things, man. They are some of the best little Transformers we've ever had. Because, like, we had Scout Class, Legends and everything, but, like, Core Class, they seem to have changed the game entirely. They're so good. They're, like, as full-featured and posable and playable as a much bigger toy, but they're that big. They're only as big as your finger. Brilliant. I have to give a shout-out to Energon Arcee here, who is clearly the inspiration. She's a bike. She's got the soft pinks going on. Wheel split in half, other wheel on the back. She's more Energon than she is G1, right? God, that's kind of what's so fun about Rise of the Beasts, because it really did have a little bit of most eras of Transformers. Obviously, there's tons of G1, but everybody else was kind of from scattered corners of the Transformers mythos. Like, that was a whole new version of Scourge, but he was tied into Unicron, so a bit of G1, but also he was a truck, so it was like RID. Arcee was more Energon than she was G1. Wheeljack was a whole new take. Bumblebee was pure Bayverse. And then obviously there was all the Beast Wars characters. God, what a treat. What a treat. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing with this. But my favorite spot, my favorite moment in the whole film, which was like the sort of pinnacle of the melding of styles, was right at the very end when you had like Optimus was doing something and he was getting sucked into the air, and then Noah comes in and he's like, till all I want, and he saves him, and he's got like the power suit on, which is very 86 movie, and then Primal pops in and helps out, and he goes till all I want, so Beast Wars is getting in on it, and then the Bayverse theme kicks in, and it just, Transformers, does, right? It felt like the first time that Till All Are One has actually meant something other than just being a slogan for the franchise, and it just felt really triumphant. I don't know. It was just really nice. And as a fan, speaking as someone who's fond of that, I enjoyed it quite a lot. Not gonna sit here and say it was the best film that ever existed in the world, but it was good, and so is this toy. Look at this. Core Class Arcee, bringing the motorbike vibe. God, I love a motorbike former. They're always so interesting. They're always different, and it's always intriguing to see how they're gonna solve the problem of the motorcycle. I swear they haven't done it the same twice, ever. Hell yeah. Also, Arcee kicks ass. We love her. That's a good look at motorbike, a really satisfying transformation. I know I was waffling on while I was doing it, but that is actually incredibly good fun to do. Well, I know I was kind of teasing a little while that I might do a big motorbike review, but the big videos are such a ball ache, man. Like, judging by how much effort it took to just review 5 Astro Trains. I was working on that since October, and it came out in February. I'm not doing every single motorbike former in one video. Yeah, you mind? I'll do animated Prowl and movie Knockout at some point, and you can deal, alright? But until that day, Till All Arcee. It doesn't really have a standing up mode. It's difficult to put that anywhere. Is that gonna stay? That's definitely coming off the desk at some point. Right, a bit more Bumblebee, shall we? Oh, you're joking, it's another mask. Like, I figured it was just gonna be one of those masks that you put on and it does voice change and stuff, but it's a transforming one, hey! I didn't know they'd done one for Bumblebee. Once again, there is no way this is going on my face. Look at this kid, he's having a brilliant day. I love his blue jumper. This is like the 6-year-old version of those guys who buy like a Darth Vader hat or like a Mandalorian helmet. I find it so cute when dudes buy those, because you can put it on and think you're a badass, but you're still just some doof in a Captain America shirt. If you're gonna do it, you have to buy the whole kit, and if you buy the whole kit, that's weird. Like, I understand the urge to do it. Those helmets are really cool, but I would have to change my whole life around that helmet. The Hat by Mark Maron. Like, if you're gonna do the Stormtrooper helmet thing, you may as well get the whole kit, because that seems to be where your life's going anyway. I'm gonna look a jackass wearing this, and so does the kid on the box. Robots in disguise. Oh, that's what that is, right. We have extra bits on the bottom here. I thought they were just like arm blades or whatever, you know, Battle Blade Bumblebee moment. But they are these bits. They go on his head. There is little antennas. Ah, this at least looks a lot more wearable than the Optimus Primal one did. The Primal one had like feet just here sticking out into your mouth, and I will make the decision when I want feet in my mouth. Thank you very much. How's it going? Do I look sexy? Oxytocin running in the ether as the world falls down. I gotta get out of this thing. I feel ridiculous. God, it's made my hair even worse somehow. Jesus. So the first thing we do is invert Bumblebee's face and reveal Bumblebee's face. God, that's a strange visual. I can't believe they made 2 of these. Could they potentially do one of every character? They gotta at least do a Mirage. I'm seeing no Mirage. Spoilers for the rest of it, but there's no sign of him. Where is our boy? What is going on here? This is bizarre. Like, legitimately impressive and very odd. Some kind of JRPG hidden optional boss, isn't it?
Oh, you finished the game, huh? But did you beat Bumblebee Face Angel Weapon?
Twisty feet. This is perfect unboxer fodder, isn't it? There's no way I could have put together a full review for something like this. But as a first impression, checky out item, it doesn't get any better. Look at his feet! He's got little clodhopper shoes. They almost look like sandals. He's got little indents there. Oh, come on. Biblically accurate Bumblebee. Terrifying. That's actually incredibly impressive, isn't it? It's Bumblebee, and it turns into his own face, and you can wear it. I am the Transtector. That's a good album title. Very Fear Factory, isn't it? I am the Transtector. I take my head off. Sorry. Once again, it's just Bumblebee. No, like, sub-label or anything. It's not a smash changer. 2-in-1. I mean, they're all 2-in-1, right? So we have to conclude that this is the default Rise of the Beasts Bumblebee toy. What a load of silly bollocks. I'm absolutely enamored with that. Right then, back to Optimus Primal. Yes, indeed, we have what looks to be a pretty normal toy of Optimus Primal with an upgrade alligator. Beast Combiner 2-pack. We have Optimus Primal and, oh, Skullcruncher. Okay. This is very obviously, the green crocodile guy is very clearly a reference to the original Beast Wars Megatron, right? The little flip changer alligator. But I'm glad they didn't make it Megatron. It is Skullcruncher, the only other alligator that's allowed to exist. Curious absence of Megatron from these last couple of movies, isn't there? I kind of like that though. I'm glad that they're going with some different threats. Like Scourge was great. And of course, Dropkick and Shatter, they were wonderful. Excellent sort of one-off villains. Just some Decepticons, weren't they? And I kind of love that. They didn't have to go big on the baddies, because the movie had enough going on in Bumblebee. But Rise of the Beast, they went very hard. They definitely pulled it off. Those guys were great. Unicron, kind of downplayed, weirdly. I mean, a thing like Unicron, it's so overwhelmingly big and grandiose that you kind of have to use it sparingly. Oh my god. But my point is, I'm glad that Megatron has been allowed to sort of sit it out for a little while. When they bring him back, which they will, it'll be great. But for now, instead of him, we have Skullcruncher, who's also been weirdly prevalent, hasn't he, Skullcruncher? He was in Earthspark, he was in Cyberverse. This is a different Skullcruncher, a much more vanilla take. Where's the pink? There is no pink, but he's still a scaly robot crocodile bastard, and he's gonna get you, he's gonna chomp you. Let's see how this works. I have a feeling it'll be very simple. I was right. Optimus Primal, the most normal toy of Optimus Primal that I've seen in these last couple of days. Just a very standard robot monkey man. I did accidentally figure this out before, but we tilt his bod forward, flip it around, and bang it back in, and now he's a gorilla. We are going gorillas. I don't even know what that means. And we just kind of fold his legs up a bit. Yeah. That's it. Fold his legs up a bit, flip his face chunk over until he's a gorilla. Why not? God, he looks weirdly sleepy, doesn't he? This is Beast Machine's Primal, isn't it? This is the more mystic man. Our fourth Optimus Primal of the session. But the gag with this one is, if we just flip him back to robot form, which should be used sparingly. I'm sorry. Just the visual of that instruction step. Put crocodile on man. Oh boy. All right, let's put crocodile on man. So he has a big hole for a gorilla head insertion. Flip down this panel. Oh yeah! Croco tail sword, Croco face shield. Oh, this is delightful. Beast Combiner Optimus Primal X Skullcruncher. He's got a special Optimus Primal of Snake Mountain head, similar to the Beast Wars Megatron, but I don't think it is. I think the Megatron had like a purple face and it was all melty and freaky. Skeletor Centurion power-up vibe. I kind of love the was it Energon armor in Cyberverse? Very similar vibe to this. Like Starscream had a sort of bulldozer thing that he could wear, and Skybite had a thingy, I don't know. But there was a lot of that type of thing kicking about, and it's lovely to see Rise of the Beasts carry it on. Very action figure. Oh, mate. Once again, 6-year-old Few would have eaten this up. I think as a kid, I would have been very suspicious of the mask thing. That's a strange gimmick, and I don't think I would have bought into it. I never really went for the dress-up play sort of style. The big electronic guy, also impressive, but it kind of doesn't need me. But this is very much my jam. It's a gorilla wearing a crocodile. Oh god, what a hoot. I love how it's got scales like inside on the armor itself. Still got the reptilian vibe carrying on. I love that. That is some silly shit. Extremely here for it. God, Rise of the Beast is good, man. The toy line is a lot of fun. This doesn't happen in the movie. Spoilers, but Optimus Primal at no point wears an alligator. Although I would love to see that. And now for the final item of this massive mailer. Once again, thank you to Hasbro for sending over this big box of gorgeous #free product for me to look at and to show to you and to encourage you to go and see Rise of the Beasts. It's not even Optimus Primal or Bumblebee. Can you believe it? Full disclosure, I did just unbox this thing, but the camera went weird and I lost the footage. Let's make believe for a moment that I haven't yet clapped eyes on, Studio Series Leader Class Scourge. Way! This is what I'm here for. I don't know about you lot. We love a mask. We love a wacky play pattern. We love an automated thing that gives you back chat when you least expect it. But for me, Studio Series is kind of what collecting is about right now. This stuff, legacy, that's the level I'm at. Shall we pretend for a second that this is happening organically? Oh my god, can't believe it! Leader Class Scourge, I've never seen that in my life! There we go. Got the same backdrop as Battle Trap, the old pillars, Arcee got smashed through. That was a good scene, man, that was fun. Anyway, this is Scourge, I haven't yet checked it out. I literally just got him off the cardboard when the camera went weird, so shall we legitimately discover this together? I think we should. This is a decent Leader Class figure, man. This is a big blade-having mother lover. Christ, built-in double-ended knife action, like a batleth. Massive, creepy spider claw hand. Ew! Don't tell him I said this, but when Scourge is in town, I don't even miss Megatron. Look at this friggin' MF Doom looking face. There we go, get his shoulders a bit scarier. Give him back his blade, there it is. Such a legit Transformer baddie, isn't he, this guy? Do you remember when there was all that theorizing about, oh, what if Scourge is Optimus Prime from the future? What if Battle Trap is Ironhide from the future? I'm so glad they didn't do that. This is why I find like pre-movie speculation such a waste of time. Because folks get so excited and so invested in their own ideas for what's going to happen in this movie, and then none of it happens, and they like the movie less. Like, come on. Just let the film be what it is, for heaven's sake. Have you considered watching it before deciding what your opinion is? Speculating about a film that doesn't exist yet, I just find it such a waste of energy, you know? Does that mean I don't have a curious mind? Or does that just mean that I have other things in my life that demand brain power? I can't just blow it all on making shit up about some film. Anyway, this toy's good. I think Scourge might be the perfect Transformer villain, right? There's just nothing better than a big truck that becomes a robot. Regardless of Optimus Prime, in the realm of vehicles becoming robots, what could be better than a big truck? And what if it was fucked up and evil? There you go. Like, it's a little bit cheesy, isn't it? It's a little bit twisted metal, but it feels kind of legit, you know? There's a credibility to it. I don't know, I just like Scourge. I think it's badass, all right? I am not immune to heavy metal album covers. So sick, man. This guy's awesome. Bit of a wibbly ball joint on the neck there. It does seem to, yep, there it goes. It seems fairly fond of popping off, but in terms of a design, horrible, big, unnerving, lanky legs, huge, threatening shoulder pauldrons, the friggin' graveyard on his tum, the badges he stole. I think if you look closely, they're just behind his grill. Pretty tough to make out. Maybe they'll be clearer in the truck mode. Right, so let me attempt this. So this replaces the whole hand. It comes off at the elbow. Okay, there it goes. Quite a stubby little cyborg blaster arm there. He has one in the film. Is that a spoiler? No. Imagine like the baddie having a gun. Oh, shocker. And then whichever one you're not using can store on his little back post. Boof. There we are. Nah, the claw's way better. I'm putting that back on. Oh, that's great. I don't know if you can tell, but I really like that. I think that's a lovely Transformer. Yeah, I think the form of Scourge is a very satisfying visual. As much as I've come to love Megatron in the sort of intervening years, I found him difficult to get on with at first because his form was so weirdly defined. Like, what is this guy? He's just a clump, right? And he turns into a different clump. But Scourge kind of has it all because he's got the menace and the natural sort of malevolence that Megatron had. But he also looks like something. The alt mode is very clearly a baddie lorry, which Megatron eventually got after 3 films for 10 seconds. But Scourge is consistently recognizable. His form makes sense, and it is good. I don't know how much deeper I can get on that. So his toes fold up and out and clip together in the middle. The folded up foot thing has worked a treat. What's this now? What's happening here? The arm goes on the leg, I think. It would make sense if that was it. Implying any of this makes sense. Right, we're in. Okay, this is wild. The joint here between the main body and the roof twists in about 3 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, like a concertina, and the instructions just say Fold it. Fold it where? How? Fold which bit? How are you? How are you? Is that it? I think. Oh god, I think that's it. It's gonna be one of them, lads. I think that's it. That's gonna be the vibe. I think that's progress. Bang these out. So that swings off to the side. We flip the wheels out of the front. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. And that comes with the wheel. Oh, weird. I love a surprise asymmetrical move like that. And the grill just kind of slots in there. God, that's really neat. I've never seen a move quite like that, I don't think. Tidy up there, please. Lock in, baby. Lock up. Twist these smokestacks up and flop them down. Boof. I don't know if that's quite perfectly it. I think I can probably get that a little tighter, but we're pretty close. Yeah. Leader class Scourge. Very sort of Archcore / Warhammer. Ah, yeah, there they are. There's all the little badges in a row on his grill right there. God, that's badass. This certainly isn't the final product. It's not quite lined up properly, but it's pretty close, and I think you get the gist. Leader class Scourge is friggin' badass. It's definitely a very strong anti-Optimus, and it will run Bumblebee right off the road. He's got no chance. Remember when Mirage killed like 4 cops? That opening chase scene, those guys did not survive. The guy who got friggin' T-boned by the lorry definitely didn't make it. Should have got some body count on the soundtrack. Oh, and this thing, the gun, whatever, you can bang it on the back somehow. Does that work? Never mind. And that, I think, will wrap us up for today. Good God, what an amazing array of various toy vibes that is. From the simplest gorilla bouncing into shape to a quite challenging, difficult leader class transformation that I don't think I quite got right, but I'm very impressed with this toy, and I'm gonna have to spend a bit more time with it and try and get it right, aren't I? Okay, if you insist. So thanks once again to the wonderful folks at Hasbro for hooking me up with this incredible package of beastie brilliance. Cheers to you lot for watching this and sticking with me. I do hope you've had as much of a blast as I have. Rise of the Blasts. Blast Wars! That's what I call my drumming style. So I might hit you back with a full review of the movie. I'd love to. I want a dedicated video about that. So I'll try and get that done before it falls out of the zeitgeist. I'm sure the fandom will come with me on it. Hell yeah. Terracon gang, gonna have to get Nightbird to go with these. Ooh, collect the set. That's how they get you, innit? So until next time, party on like a Terracon. God, I am sweaty. I hope these toys last a week before they melt. Look at that, cheeky 2-parter in the bag. Can't go wrong, right? Cheers for watching, everybody. Thank you to all the patrons who allow me to continue this massive daft crusade of mine, especially in the spirit of hip-hop. Big thanks to Rondi MC. I see what you did there. It is tricky to rock a rhyme. I've noticed that. Check you later, kids. Bye!
Be sure to subscribe for more Thews Awesome Transformers reviews. Limited appeal, keeping it real.